Hey, what's happening, y'all? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Well, I just thought I'd jump on here. I won't be here too long because I'm actually on a break right now. Grabbing some food while I'm working. So, yeah, just thought I'd go ahead and provide you guys some quick news and updates and so forth. And Low Place is going to join me, so give me a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and let him know that I will post a link on the chat box, so I'm gonna tell him to go over there and get it. Give me 1 second. The link is in. Hold on. It's in the chat. Go there. So let me just do that real quickly. So I'll post it here. Then once he gets on, I'm gonna just go ahead and yeah. So yeah, so while he gets on, let me just get on some quick updates here as far as the news and boxing is concerned. Now, Antonio Margarito has called out Miguel Cotto again, and I don't know, to be honest with you, I don't know why he's doing that because I strongly believe that Miguel Cotto is not interested in giving him a third fight, or or you want to call it a grudge match. He's made that clear. And we all know that if anyone has seen the fight, last Saturday's fight between Antonio Margarito versus Carson Jones, definitely, definitely, Margarito is not nowhere the prime form that he used to be in a decade ago. But hand wraps or not, that's a fact. And the fact that his fight ended on a cut due to clash of heads, and Carson Jones was deducted a point for it, for the headbutts whatnot. I didn't think the headbutts were deliberate. I seen the fight, and it is what it is. It's in Mexico, so they stopped the fight. It went to scorecards after the sixth round, and all three judges scored it in favor of Margarito. And Margarito himself was not happy with that performance, or that win, as he said. He said here, quote, uh, you know, first I want to clarify something. Okay, I think a lot of people did not notice this. A lot of people thought my corner had stopped the fight, but it was the doctor. He told me that it was dangerous for me to keep fighting because the cut was going to open a lot more in the fight. A lot of people did not know. Even my relatives thought I did not want to continue. Yeah, so obviously there was a perception that he quit, and that's why the fight stopped. However, it went to the cards. Obviously, if the fighter quits, he quits. Okay, but other than that, if the fight is stopped by the doctor or the referee, if the cut was caused due to a clash of heads or anything else rather than a punch, then it goes to the cards. If the cut was caused by a punch and then the referee stops the fight or the doctor stops the fight, then the opposing fighter that caused the cut with a punch gets the automatic TKO victory. So basically he won on a technical decision. So basically that's what he wanted to clarify that. And he also went on further to say that let me see what else he said here. He also said here that I don't know what to do next. Okay, I need to talk to my family. I have to see what Sanford has says as his promoter and see what they think, and talk to my ex-managers, Francisco Espinosa and Sergio Diaz, to see what they think. What they told me about fighting in Chihuahua, I can't pronounce it. Forgive me, guys. It's Chihuahua. I thought of training in Big Bear or at Atami Ceremonial Center, but it was already getting close to fight time, and we did not have enough time to have a good camp. But at the same time, I have to say I did train well and boxed in the gym. And although I thought I won, I really didn't like that victory. I'm just improvising the word a little bit. I think if Cotto comes out, if he does fight, if that fight happens, I'll get excited and I'll be ready. When you fight with a fighter of that stature and you leave everything aside, you do what is necessary to win. The irony. People want to see a third fight because they really want to see what happens. Okay, the pace of the fight with Jones affected me, but also Cotto is not the same as he was before. Regardless of that, if he wants it, we are willing to take it. Well, to be fair, you're not the same fighter either. And if that fight does come off, and I'll be surprised if it does happen, we'll definitely lose. Okay. So yes, Cotto's definitely not the same fighter, but he's definitely in much better condition. Better fight. Excuse me. He's in much better condition than you, Antonio. So all I gotta say is wishful thinking. Good luck on that if you could get that fight made. So hold up. He says that Will Play says send me the link. I don't see it in the chat. Hold up, man. Hold up. That's kind of odd because I'm here now and I just posted in the chat. Let me see. That's very weird. Okay. Give me a second, yo. Let's see what happens here. Yo, what up, BCB? What's going on, brother? Hey, hey, man, don't go anywhere. Stay for a minute, man. It's gonna be. I promise you, it's gonna be cool, man. I promise you. Honda fan, what up? What up, man? Hey, man. Hey, low place. First things first, man. If you're gonna get on here, don't be disrespecting anybody, okay? All right, don't disrespect people. Like I've already told you. If you want respect, then you need to treat others with respect, okay? All right, don't do that. So let me go ahead and get you this link, all right? Hold on, let me try to post it here. Hold up. All right, well, let me go ahead and do it this way. Give me a second. Hold up, where did Hangout go? Oh, it's right here. My bad. Okay, so let me go ahead and get it to you right over here, all right? And let me just bring up the Hangout on this side. Come on. Oh, man, pretty hot today. Yeah, this vegan food is good, man. Some people gotta learn how to be. I suggest people go vegan, man. Vegan has some good, healthy stuff. Or being a vegan is not bad after all. You feel more refreshed as an individual when it comes to being health conscious like me. So, uh, give me 1 second here. In fact, hold on. I can go right here and get it. Give me a second. Come on. Yeah. My profile. Oh, here we go. Hang on, conversations. What is this? All right, here we go. All right, homie. There it is. All right, get on. I'm right here. What else is going on here?
All right.
I promise you, man. I'm gonna waste my time. All right. So there you are. Yo, can you hear
Yeah,
me?
I'm here. First thing first. I want to point something out.
All right.
I want to point out one comment.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say a name, but we're gonna see how this is gonna go. Cause like I said, I'm gonna treat people with respect that respect me. But tell me if this is respectful. I have not commented yet in here. Let's see if you're a troll or a real person. Let's see. So you said this comment says, oh, I'm out of here. Gotta stop wasting your time with slow face. My reply was, you need to check that clown DCB. He giving you options and ultimatums like you his girlfriend or something. Are you his girlfriend? I mean, he's basically telling you pick between me or him, and you're coming to me saying I'm disrespecting somebody else. I think that's
Well, hey,
highly
hold
emotional.
up, bro. I missed that comment. All right, my bad. All right, he called you
Okay,
slow face.
so
My bad.
yeah,
My bad.
check your member over there, whatever he is. I don't look. When I debated him, he simply said he didn't have the information on boxing today, so therefore, whatever. We know
Hey,
what you're doing over there. I'll talk to Dan.
hey, but hey, leave him out of this, man. This is between me and you. All right, leave him out of it. Okay. Now, this is how it's gonna go. When I ask you a question, you got to answer them directly. Are we clear?
Don't ask little yes or no questions about to get nitpick points. And when you ask your question, this is how it's gonna go. You asked your question, let me answer my question. If you
Wait,
can't do that,
hold up. You're
I'm
not
not gonna
answering.
remain here long.
You're not answering the questions. When I ask you a question,
So you're about to just
wait.
ask yes
Hey,
or no
hold
questions.
up. This is my hangout. All right.
Okay.
I respect your rules and you respect mine. So I ask you a question, you gotta do it directly. If you want to go ahead and improv it a little bit, that's fine. I'll give you the freedom, but I need a direct answer. Are we clear?
So you're saying you're not about to ask just yes or no questions.
Dude, I will ask
Go
questions.
ahead, ask whatever you want.
Dude,
Ask whatever you want.
if it's a legitimate question, I will ask it. If you choose not to answer, just say I won't answer the question. It's that simple.
Okay. And
Okay.
to my only request, and once you ask your question, when I start, let me
Uh-huh.
finish what I'm and another thing,
All right.
when you ask the question, let me finish it. And if I feel like it's not a legitimate question, the way you just said you're gonna ask legitimate ones,
Jay.
I'm gonna tell you why I feel like it's not a legitimate question. But you go. That's what you just said. You opened the door to that, so you go ahead. Come on, ask away.
Is
I'm
that a
sure you.
legitimate question? Is that a legitimate question? All right, that's fine. Before this is open forum, we can ask as many questions you want. If you choose not to answer it, just say I'm not going to answer that question.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Fine.
right. All right. First things first. I got to ask you, what is your problem with with Eleider Alvarez?
My problem with the Eleider Alvarez is something I was just speaking about on Twitter. He is a nice young fighter. He is. He's not a young man. He's about 35, but he's a nice fighter. But
All right.
what my problem is, I respect the mandatory approach of Erickson Lubin, the mandatory approach of what's my boy Luke Campbell in the UK, the mandatory approach of Earl Spence, and the mandatory approach that Bermain Stavern said he was taking until he backed down. When you are the mandatory and you get a chance to take the fight,
Uh-huh.
you take the fight. You don't go to your team and say, hey, my trainer or anybody told me I was not ready, so I'm turning about down. And now what he's done, he's sort of getting pressured by people to say, hey, we want to see Stevenson do something. Let's nitpick anything. And now people are coming to him saying, hey, you've been the mandatory for 2 years, but you're basically going to say, hey, later, why haven't you got the fight? He's not going to tell you because I turned the fight down. That's not a smart thing for him to do. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Now,
Okay, that's
I've
not a
been
smart thing. That's not a smart thing for him to do, but the knowledge and the posts are out there that he actually turned it down. So now he's talking like I want the fight. Okay, that's fine. But don't tell me to support people who have stepped in shit and then said they're gonna step in heaven next. No, you step in heaven and you stay in heaven. Okay, you step in, if you step in shit and then you step in heaven, me and God may look at you and say, we don't want no fucking cow manure in our heaven. So that's what I'm saying. I don't have a problem, but I just don't trust him anymore. Right now, he did something I don't deal with, so I don't trust him. Now you go ahead
okay.
and ask whatever else.
All right. Well, I've been thinking about this because I've been thinking something got to me because you said Eleider Alvarez turned down the fight when the WBC ordered it, correct? That's when he turned down the fight when they ordered him to fight Stevenson, right?
I'm not sure if
Right?
it was an order. December 2016,
Yeah. The fight.
November and December
Yeah.
2016 is when
The
his
fight was.
articles came out.
Yeah, the fight was ordered at that time. So I'm trying to figure this out. If he did indeed pass up the opportunity, why did Adonis Stevenson pay him step aside money? Because
I
that
knew.
makes no sense. That makes no sense. If he turns down the opportunity, there's no reason to pay the guy step aside money. So why did
Okay.
Adonis Stevenson pay him
Let's
step
go to
aside
the
money?
actual. Let's go to the actual quote because y'all are adding to something that's not there. I just had it up on boxing scene. I will go to it for you if you like. But he did not say I took step aside money twice. He said I agreed to step aside. And let's actually talk about where he said I agreed to step aside twice. Okay. He said
Step aside money.
I. No, 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 no. He
Step
got
aside money.
paid for.
Say,
Let
okay,
me answer. Let me answer. He got
okay,
paid.
okay.
He got. How do you pay? Dan, is this common to you?
Uh-huh.
Stevenson has not fought since what, June of 2016. If you take out the Funfara fight, where
Okay.
are you telling me that he paid him? Where? What fight?
Because according to the article of ESPN, he agreed to a step aside deal. And not only he agreed to that deal, that's the only deal we're aware of, right? This is what we're talking about. Not only he agreed
Okay.
to that particular deal, that was another deal that he agreed to, a second step
Now let
aside
me.
deal that we don't wait, hold up, that we're unaware of. So my question to you is, I don't understand how could a guy reject a fight when it was ordered and then get paid a step aside deal
Dan,
to
here it
step
is.
aside so a guy could take a fight with somebody else like Sean Monahan? That makes no sense. I never heard of that.
Dan, do you remember? Do you remember Adonis Stevenson trying to fight Joe Smith Jr. in February? That was the date. No, actually not in February. It was, I think it was March 29th. It was once February, then it was March. His date got pushed back several times.
Yeah.
That's where the man, that's why he didn't say I took step aside money twice. Like he said agreement. You want to see you want me to read the quote? I got it right here in front of me if you would like me to.
Agreement, step aside agreement means step aside money.
Okay, he said I no, he didn't say he said I agree. He said I agreed to step aside twice, and that's my fault. What he's saying is I was going to step aside for Joe Smith Jr. I shouldn't have. That's my fault. Here you go. It's been almost 2 years since I became his mandatory challenger. I deserve my chance. I agreed to step aside twice. That's my fault. I
Uh-huh.
accepted it. Now I will not do it again. It's my turn. He agreed when Funfara came on. See, my issue here is a lot of people who I've talked to about Stevenson. Y'all even thought, I don't know if you're one, but I remember B Marsh. B Marsh ain't anti Stevenson. I remember Zone 6. I remember Bo from Truth and Fact in Boxing. I believe Bo from Truth and Fact in Boxing. He can fix this up if you want. But some of you guys actually thought that Eleider Alvarez was a mandatory. Now you're telling me Adonis Stevenson paid step aside money to fight Thomas Williams Jr. No, they just agreed that, hey, if Joe Smith comes along, we're taking Joe Smith and you won't be getting the shot. And then they said, okay, Stevenson didn't get that fight. He's going on a year layoff at 40. We're going to step aside and take a tune-up bout with somebody who actually gave me a hell of a fight the first time I fought him. But hey, nobody says the man's been on a year layoff. He's 40. He may need to tune up. Nobody says that. Y'all just come and you blast him. But when Deontay Wilder's in his prime, he gets a little hand injury and he's tuned up, what, 2 or 3 times? Oh, he's the
What?
best fighter in America
Wait,
still.
wait, hold up. You still haven't answered my question. I'm asking you again, and you're drifting off to something else that has nothing to do with the question I asked you.
No, I didn't.
I asked you if Eleider Alvarez had rejected the fight when the WBC ordered it at the fall of December or November, wherever it was last year. Why did Adonis Stevenson give him a step aside deal? That makes no sense. I'm gonna cite some example. Deontay Wilder,
Listen.
wait, hold up. When Deontay Wilder and Alexander Povetkin fight was ordered, right? When the WBC ordered that fight, I think it was mid to late 2015. Wilder was going through with the fight. He wasn't. There was no indication that he was going to pay Povetkin a step aside deal. Povetkin, on the other hand, went to the WBC, told them that he will not be ready for the fight when the date they ordered it to be made. So they pushed the fight aside. There was no step aside deal that occurred between Wilder and Povetkin. Now, the IBF, on the other hand, they don't have a step aside policy when it comes to mandatories, whatnot. You could also equate this a little bit to Anthony Joshua Kubrat Pulev when that fight was ordered early last year, and Kubrat turned it down. So they pushed the fight forward. No step aside situation occurred. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Why did he pay? Why was it necessary for him to pay a step aside deal if the mandatory said that he wasn't ready for that fight when the date was ordered?
Then you're not listening. I told you Alvarez was going to step aside for Joe Smith Jr. to occur. He agreed to step aside for Joe Smith Jr. in 2017 of this year. The
I'm not
second or the
talking
third
about
month.
2017.
Oh, well,
I'm not
no, no,
talking
but
about.
if you're not talking about that, then you're not listening to the point. The point is he hasn't received step aside money. He took an agree. The fight didn't happen. Therefore, if the see you're pushing something that isn't there to push.
Wait, how do you know
Joseph,
he didn't take the step
hold on,
aside
whoa, whoa,
money? How do you,
hold on.
how do you know?
I'll let you ask your question. I'll let you ask. Let me go to Alvarez's box rec and show you what I mean.
Wait,
Later,
wait, wait, wait,
Alvarez.
hold up. How do you know that he didn't take step aside money? How do
He
you know
said,
that?
"I because you. Where would you take it? You already turned down. You just said
Okay,
it. You just said it, bro.
common
Listen,
sense.
I
Wait, a
know.
step.
Listen,
Okay,
listen.
hold up, hold up.
You're talking over me now. You're
All right,
talking
go ahead,
over
go
me
ahead,
now.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
All right. Now, my man, he fought Norbert Dabrowski after he told Stevenson that he was not ready for him in 2016 of December. That's when he said he brought out the quotes. Him and Stevenson were supposed to fight in either October, November, or December of 2016. He told his people he was not ready to do it, which would be Al Heyman, Yvonne Michelle. The WBC should have moved him from the mandatory then, but they don't do that, and I don't like that. But they didn't.
Wait,
So
wait,
after,
I'm
well,
confused.
let me
I'm
finish. So
confused.
after December, he has no opponent. Now he can force his spot and say, "Hey, I'm the mandatory. Let's do it now." But Stevenson and Michelle goes to Alvarez and they simply say, "Look, we got Joe Smith, a bigger fish to fry than you. We want to fight in New York. We'll let you fight in America on the undercard if you go ahead and step aside." The dude steps aside, says, "Cool, I will do that, no problem." There's no money given because the fight does not happen. He just wanted to fight a better opponent. Listen, Dan,
Wait a minute.
Dan, do
Wait,
you
wait,
not?
hold up.
Hold on, let me. No, no, no.
What?
You're interrupting. You're interrupting. I didn't
No,
interrupt you.
hold up.
You're
Let me just
interrupting.
make one
I was
point.
about to ask you a question because you're interrupting me now. You're
No, wait,
interrupting me.
hold up.
No,
Oh,
I'm
well, you
not
can
going to
ask a
listen to your
question.
question, man. I'm going to leave
Yes,
the
you will.
hangout if I cannot talk. I'm going to leave the
No, let me
hangout.
make wait. Let me make one quick point, and then you can ask the question. Okay? I'm gonna make one quick point. All right. I
See,
have
here
to
we
ask
go.
2 points. 2 points. Fat Apple says surely step aside is step aside money. That is correct. That's what a step aside deal
But
is.
why didn't
Money
he
is
say
involved in
money?
it.
He said agreement. Y'all adding to it. That he said agreement. You're
Dude,
adding to his quote. You're adding to his
dude,
quote.
it's common sense. Step
Okay.
aside
Okay.
agreement means
All
there's a
right.
step aside. There's money involved. That's a deal. My question to you is
Oh
this:
no, it's common
Did
sense.
he say? Wait, it is common sense. First of all,
Oh,
did the step? Wait, hold up, hold up. Did he say that he wasn't ready for the fight before the WBC ordered the fight, or after they ordered
I
the
don't
fight?
know when they ordered the fight. I don't know. I just told you earlier. I didn't look into when they ordered. All I know in December, this man was given the opportunity. October, November, December. He turned it
Uh,
down. As he was the number one contender then. Since y'all say 2 years,
all
he turned it down. Okay, now do you not understand that if Joe Smith does not happen, even though he's already said, "Yeah, I'll step aside," when Joe Smith didn't happen, that agreement
Wait, Joe
became
Smith was not even on Rising in
whoa,
2016. What
whoa,
are you
whoa,
talking
whoa,
about?
whoa, 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 whoa. You're interrupting me. You want 2017 when Adonis and Joe Smith Jr. fell apart. Okay. That fight did not happen. So therefore, he does not get a step aside fee. He might have got some. We don't know. He might have not. We don't know.
uh,
But all I
okay.
know, no, no, no. What I'm saying, if that fight would have happened, he might have got money. He might have not got it because he had just stepped aside in December. But now Adonis fought in June. So they told him, we're going to actually pay you if the fight goes through. That's when the money gets paid, when the fight happens. When Adonis hasn't fought to pay him step aside money. It's been a whole year, bro. It's been
All
a
right.
whole year. So you're arguing. So let me ask you, are you arguing that he took step aside money for Thomas Williams Jr.? Yes or no?
I am not arguing that case.
Well,
Okay.
what are you arguing?
What I'm arguing, the fact is this. This is why I'm confused because Joe Smith Jr. had nothing to do with the question I asked you about 2016. He had nothing to do with that. I don't know why you bringing up
Okay,
2017.
so
Wait, wait, wait. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. What I'm asking and what I've told you is that it makes no sense whatsoever that if a guy who is a mandatory says that I'm not going to be ready to take that fight against a champion for a certain day, and yet that champion pays a step aside deal, that makes no sense. I never heard of that. I never
Dan,
heard of that. And yet that you
Dan.
did not answer the question. And I also brought up the fact that Wilder and Povetkin were in the same situation. Wilder
So
never paid. Hold up, hold up. Wilder never paid Povetkin a step aside, agreed to a step aside deal when Povetkin came out and told the WBC that the fight that I'm not ready to take that fight at that certain day. So I never heard that. Same thing with Joshua and Pulev. So that makes no sense that Stevenson would pay a step aside deal if the fighter Eleider Alvarez said that he wasn't ready. Now I gotta ask you, where's the article where he said that he wasn't ready for the fight when he agreed to the step aside deal?
Dan, listen to me. Listen,
Right.
I will find that ESPN article where this man said I'm
Okay,
not
find it
ready
for me.
for it. I will try to find it. I don't want to, but it's out there. It's in my comment. It's in my videos, in my links. I don't want to find it. I can only really go find this because it's new. Nobody keeps shit about it Eleider Alvarez. But
Okay.
anyways, but
All
but it's there. It's in my old videos. It's linked in the videos. It's there. Trust me.
Okay,
Now
we'll find
you
it for
can
me. I'll find it for me. All right.
now what you're doing is you're saying you're taking this man's quote and you're saying I agree to step aside on his own will or by way of money. I've seen guys literally say, I'm gonna sit back and wait, step aside. I don't need to fight right now. I've seen champions literally step aside as to being champions. Tank Davis literally said, I'm not gonna fight anybody because I'm not ready. But
What?
did
What are you
anybody
talking about?
listen to what I'm saying. No, you interrupt every point I make. And see,
What
I
point?
can't be here if you're gonna do this. I can't
No,
be
go
here
ahead.
if you're
Keep
gonna
going.
do it.
I was just laughing, bro. Go ahead. Keep going.
Well,
I was just
I'm not
laughing.
laughing at your points. Okay,
Go
now we're
ahead.
not being cordial. Dan, you got 3 more times to not be cordial, and I promise. I'm
All
just
right, brother.
gone,
Go
bro.
ahead, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm not joking with you. I'm coming to you man to man. It's 3 more times and I'm
All
gone.
right, cool.
All right.
All right, bro.
So
Oh,
basically,
damn. Okay.
you
It's
see
like that.
champions. No, I'm being serious, man. This shit is getting childish. It's at the end of the day, you're playing with a boxer's future. You're doing this, and you're basically saying this man stepped aside. He stepped aside. Well, I'm gonna get back to my point. I'm not gonna explain that. He can step aside. Okay. He could step aside for money, or he could step aside on his own recognizance if he wants. Okay. So for Joe Smith Jr., after he turned the fight down with after Eleider Alvarez turned the fight down with Adonis in December, October, November 2016, in those winter months, Eleider Alvarez was then told, well, Stevenson probably going to fight early 2017 with Joe Smith Jr. Do you agree not to make a riff with the WBC if we go along with this fight? The WBC doesn't punish people for not taking this. They're not going to punish Bermain Stavern for taking a step aside deal. He's going to get his fight right away if he wants it. So
Okay.
Alvarez was then consulted. Hey, we're going to take Joe Smith. Do you agree not to cause a rift? And that's why he said, I agreed to step aside. Doesn't mean that he's going to get a big purse, get a big money, Dave. No, it does not mean that. It's you said it's other mandatories out here. You saying it's other mandatories out here that have literally not stepped aside just to say, hey, let that go on and I'll come in next. Hold on. Didn't Luis Ortiz just say he just had he kind of handshake with Eddie Hearn to step aside and say, hey, fight me next? Did he not just say that?
Okay, wait a minute. Hold up. That's a different scenario. First of
Oh,
all,
no,
you're
no,
talking
it's not.
about.
Oh my
Yes, it is.
God.
Hold up. Hold up. First of all, you're talking about the rotation of what mandatory goes first, okay? Between the WBA and IBF. That's a
No, I'm
totally
not.
different
No,
thing.
I'm not. I'm
That is,
actually talking
well,
about
hold
before the
up. Hold
fight.
up. Well,
I'm
hold up.
talking
Hold up.
about before the fight. You're putting words in my mouth.
Well,
I'm
first of
talking
all,
about
Luis
before the
Ortiz
fight.
was okay. First of all, Anthony Joshua was never the WBA champion when Eddie Hearn and Luis Ortiz had signed the agreement to for Matchroom Sport for one fight, one per fight basis deal. Okay, that's one point. Another thing I got to ask you: do you have any evidence or any proof that any fighter in history have agreed to step aside deal without taking any step aside money? Can you tell me one fighter who's done that?
I just told you, Luis Ortiz didn't get a dollar from either the WBA, either Joshua or Vladimir Klitschko to say, hey, let us fight for this free title. It doesn't matter if they're the champions or not. They're the
Dude,
ones going to be fighting for the belts. So
wait,
he
wait,
could
wait.
eat. Whoa, you asked me a question and you interrupted me when I gladly let it. Dan, you gotta quit that shit. All right, you got 2 more
Okay.
times, man. You're not gonna interrupt my points and then make me mess up. You got 2 more
Go
times
ahead,
and I'm
keep
gone.
going, keep going, keep going.
Okay,
Come on.
well, all right,
Yeah, keep going.
time out. Pause it. Everything here. When you interrupt my points, you mess them
Wait,
up.
just keep
Hey,
going,
you
just keep going.
no. Okay, you
Going.
got 1 more time.
No,
You
just
got
keep going.
1 more time, and I'm gone. That's
Just keep going.
it, man.
Just
Look,
keep going.
time out. Pause it right here, because I want to stay here and talk to you. But if you interrupt my points, you mess them up. You literally have messed my point up, and I'm not going to do you that way. You got one more time, dog, and I'm gone, man. Simple, man. I'm being a grown man with you. When you speak, when I say I'm finished, you speak. You say you finished, I'll speak. We can do it that way. This shit is easy. It's easy.
Or
So can I finish my point now, or do you need something to say? Can I finish the point that I barely got to start?
can I say something real quickly? Can I say something real quickly?
Have
Can I
at
do
it.
that? All right. Now, how could Luis Ortiz get a step aside deal where there was no champion for him to fight?
Because okay, he's the mandatory of the WBA. If he goes to the WBA and say, "Hey, they're gonna fight for this belt," no, they're not. I'm in line. I will sue him, and you. But if they come to me and say, "Look, we're gonna pay you to not sue us," that's why step aside money's paid right there in the first place, because you obligated to get what you got. You would take their asses to court. Now you go. Simple.
Uh, that doesn't quite answer my question because there's no way in the world that a Luis Ortiz could get a step aside deal from a sanctioned organization. They don't assess money for a fighter to step aside. That's the champion of the organization that does that. So again, Anthony Joshua was not, or Vladimir Klitschko were not WBA champions when Luis Ortiz was the mandatory. So that makes no sense.
Are you done?
I'm done.
They're fighting in a fight in front of 80 million people for a belt that this man has the right to claim. You don't think that his people can go and say, "Hey, you guys about to make all this money. You're about to pay us to not fight for this belt and not sue the WBA and not cause a rift on your big fight." Yes, he could have easily done that. I didn't say he was going to get money from the WBA. I know that. But the two fighters, the two promoters, they could have easily said, "Move your asses around." Now, how about Lipinets? Did Lipinets get money, or did Eddie Hearn them just say, "Hey, wait"? Or did the IBF had to do because that was unification? We don't know. We don't know everything. But you're saying common sense on a quote this man said. You are putting step aside money instead of step aside agreement. I can agree to clean somebody's couch without payment. Agreement doesn't mean payment was pursued or a payment was given. Agreement can mean anything. If there's any way you don't see that, then hey, that's on you, bro. But I'm telling you, Joe Smith didn't happen, so he didn't have anything to step aside for. So I doubt he got paid.
All right. All right. 2 points I got to make here. All right. 2 points. First of all, again, when a step aside agreement occurs, that means there's money involved. Sometimes the amount never
Mm,
gets disclosed. It never gets
mm,
disclosed. Let me give you an example. When Lennox
mm,
Lewis and Mike Tyson, when the WBC had ordered that fight back in 1996, after Tyson was ordered to take the fight initially, right? After he beat Frank Bruno, Lennox Lewis wanted his shot right there and then. But Tyson wanted to go after unification bout against Bruce Seldon. All right. So Lennox agreed to step aside, but there was no amount disclosed at that time until later on, another year or so, when it came out that how much Lennox got out of that deal. Okay. That's one thing. Another thing I got to point out, you referred to the Luis Ortiz situation. Okay. First of all, when Luis Ortiz is threatening to get his shot, what he's saying to the WBA is like, look, I have been the number one contender for a long time now. So whoever the champion is, he's telling the organization to order the fight. Okay. So if the organization is not ordering the fight, then he has a right to pursue legal action. That has nothing to do with the champion in a step aside situation. The step aside situation only occurs if the sanctioning bodies order the fight between the champion and the mandatory challenger. That's a difference. Okay. So again, what the logic, I have very difficult time understanding your logic, bro. I'm just being real. I'd have a very difficult time. It makes no sense whatsoever, and I have to allude to the
Right.
point that I don't believe a fact that after thinking it's over, that Eleider Alvarez will say that he's not ready for the fight and then agree to a step aside deal. That makes no sense.
Are you done?
I'm done.
So so you're not arguing. This is what you've admitted. Just because you make examples, I want everybody to know this in the YTBC. Just because you make an example from the 90s that yesterday, it doesn't give you a win on that point. Because
Yes, it does.
any instance can be totally different. Any instance can be totally
Yes.
different. They can be. Now what you've admitted during this debate is, hey, I'm not you admitted Adonis has fought 2 times since 2000, what was it? Since Thomas Williams Jr. since he's been mandated, Adonis has fought only 2 times. No, since he's been mandated, Adonis has only fought once. He's fought Thomas. He fought Fonfara just once. So you're admitting Adonis. You're telling me, you're arguing that Adonis Stevenson paid step aside money 2 times for an opponent that was mandated. Only ever since he's only fought one. What? And he only fought once ever since then. Who is he paying the step aside money to fight again? Are you saying he paid the step aside money not to be active or something? Well, listen, bro. It's not.
Yo, are you
It's
there?
not money all involved in the agreement. I can, like I told you before, I can agree to run a race. Doesn't mean I'm getting paid for it. Hey, you run second leg. Doesn't mean you're getting paid. Other instances, you might say negotiate a pay. The fight didn't happen. Where would he get paid from? They thought they were getting Joe.
Uh,
Did you not know? Did you not know that Adonis Stevenson and Joe Smith fell apart in early 2017? If
all
you
right,
don't
brother.
know that, then you won't grasp the concept of what you're arguing. You're saying Stevenson paid step aside money 2 times to only fight once. No, what
All
you're
right,
what you're forgetting is Yvonne Michelle and Al Heyman they basically co-promote, co-manage both of these guys or whatever. So they can go right to each other and say, look, this guy, he said he didn't want a shot. He told us this. We don't have to consult the WBC. They're not going to do shit. Okay, what we're gonna do is say, Adonis, we're gonna get you this opponent. It's big money. Don't worry about him. We'll get him next. And he likely said, yeah, Al, that'll work. We'll be ready then. Give me Butte, give me Pascal, the people he's been asking for. You can't argue what you just said, Dan. You told me earlier that no, I'm not arguing he paid step aside money for his last fight and the last fight before that, which would be 2 times. And that's the only time this man has been mandated is the Fonfara fight. He paid him once, and they tried to set an agreement for Joe Smith, which failed. And that's why he didn't say I took money twice. He said I agreed to step aside. You cannot. You use your common sense now. But if you want to keep arguing, it's on you, bro.
okay, two things. All right, you're really confusing a lot of people here on the Zangon. Number one, okay, I didn't mention anything about 2017. All I said is that Alvarez said that he was paid step aside deals twice. Okay, I only ask it is when did that second deal occur? You and I don't know that. You're just assuming that. Okay, so that's one thing. And I asked you again and again and again. You got to listen to me. You have to listen to me. It makes no sense for a champion to pay a mandatory who claimed, as you claimed, who said he wasn't ready to take the fight when it was ordered to do so, a step aside deal. That makes no sense. Okay. That makes no sense. All right. I just don't understand the logic of that. Okay. I don't believe that ever occurred because I looked all over for this yesterday. And this is my fault for not initially researching this, as you claimed before, because I was going by your word. Because I have difficulty finding that where did Alvarez ever make that claim that he wasn't ready for the fight when it was ordered. I never seen that.
Let me lower my bandwidth for you on this hangout, and I'm going to go get these quotes for you where he said my team doesn't think I'm ready. I'm going to go get these quotes for you from I don't know where to start because I haven't seen them, but they're there. You're gonna find them. And what I need you to understand, Dan, you just said your own argument doesn't make sense. It makes no sense for him to pay step aside money, is what you just said, and you're right. He
Well, he
didn't.
did.
But
He did.
no. But
He
then in
did.
the argument, you
He
also
did.
said Eleider Alvarez said he took step aside money twice. Please quit lying on Eleider Alvarez. Eleider
That's
Alvarez said,
not lying.
"Oh,
Okay,
whoa,
first of
whoa,
all,
you
hold
want
up.
quotes? You want quotes? I'm giving you one right now. I agreed to step aside twice. That's my." He's saying, yo, I was going to step aside and let Joe Smith get a shot. Joe Smith didn't happen. Now I was going to step aside and I got paid this time because Stevenson could have fought me since that didn't happen in my time. He was ready to go. Later,
Okay,
Alvarez was
let me
ready to
stop you for
fight.
1 second. Let me stop you for 1 second. I have asked you once. I'm gonna ask you again. Where is proof? Show me where there's evidence that a step aside deal does not mean that there's no money involved. Show me proof of that. Where's
You
your
show me proof. You contacted later Alvarez and you
no.
asked
You
him
can't ask.
him to give you the numbers,
You
and
cannot
then you'll
answer a
disprove
question with a
me.
question, bruh. You're claiming
Proof
that a step
then.
aside.
Okay,
Wait,
all right. Good
hold up.
question. Good
Yeah,
question from
where
you.
proof?
So now let me
What?
answer this for
So,
you. Let me
no.
answer this for you. Let
Hold up.
me answer this
Show,
for
no,
you. I heard your question.
No.
I
Where
heard your
is?
question. I'm going to
Show
answer it
me.
for you.
Where is it? Where is it say
Damn.
that a step aside deal does not
Dude,
translate to no money?
dude, I
Show
heard
me.
your question. I heard your question. I'm going to answer it for you. That's why I don't know why you try to do the. I'm not like that, man. I heard your question 5 minutes ago. Gonna answer it for you.
Uh-huh.
And I want you to let me say my answer, then finish for 30 seconds. Because it's something I already said.
All
I
right.
didn't go and look for proof from 2000 or 90s or 80s or step aside where somebody just said, don't pay me. Hey, I'll wait. I understand. I told you I wasn't ready. I didn't go look for none of that. I don't have to go look because that instance right there, let me tell you why. Oh, see, this is where we go with the immaturity. The reason
No,
why I
I ain't
don't have
immature.
to
It's
go look,
funny.
you know why I
Uh-huh.
don't have
Why is
to
that?
go look? Because you can't just put
Why is that?
Eleider Alvarez on that same table with, you don't know what Eleider wanted in there. He didn't. You're taking his words and you're saying it's money because it says agreement. Dan, I agreed to get on your hangout. You didn't
Okay.
pay me to get on here, bro. The agreement doesn't mean money. I'm gonna go look up. Oh, whoa. I'm gonna look up two things for you. Let's definition of agreement and see if it says money. You are twisting the quote, and you gotta
I'm
quit
not.
that, bro. You're doing
I'm
it
not
to
twisting the
hate.
quote. I'm asking you
Agreement,
where is
agreement.
your evidence?
Oh,
Where is your
agreement.
evidence that there was no
Harmony
money
or
involved?
accordance. Can I finish the point? Harmony or accordance in opinion or feeling, a position or result in agreeing. Um, okay, a negotiated and typically legal binding agreement between parties as to a course of action. Okay, doesn't have to be money involved in an agreement. You know this. If I agree to give you DAP when you see me, we ain't trading $15 because I gave. Yo, dude, if the fight would have went on, I can't tell you if he would have got step aside money. All I know is that he had agreed to step aside to let Joe Smith happen. It's probably articles out there on him. I didn't save them because I wasn't
Okay.
thinking.
Well,
I didn't do it. You know.
I just gave you an example that when Lennox Lewis stepped aside for Tyson, the amount was never disclosed. Okay, until
Uh,
later down the year. I'm just telling you, this is the same scenario. Again, you have to go through a policy. You got to show me some type of policy where
then,
a step aside agreement does not involve any money. Because
then can
every
I?
fighter, hold up. Every fighter who agrees to a step aside deal, there's money involved. No fighter is not going to step aside for free, bro. I don't know where you get this idea
What do you
from.
think he did? What do
No
you think
fighter's
he?
ever done that. I'm
Whoa,
asking
whoa.
you. Name one fighter who's ever agreed to step aside for free. Who's ever
What
done
do
that?
you think? What do you think he did in December when he blatantly out of his mouth said my team told me I was not ready? So he stepped aside for free that time, and I'm looking for the article for you. But I think when I give it to you, it's not going to matter to you. He's already
No, it
done
will
it
matter.
once. Whoa! He's already done it once, and you're sitting here telling me that you don't think he'd step. Look how. Let me ask you in this example that you gave me. Like I said, examples mean nothing because these are totally different
Yeah, they do
parties.
mean
And I want
something.
to
They
ask you
do.
something. I want to ask you
They do
something.
mean
Okay,
something
I got two
because
questions. I
hold
have
up
two
before you.
questions. Let me know. Whoa, man.
Well, no,
You breaking my
hold up. I'll let you answer your questions, bro. I gotta
wow.
let you.
Wow.
I gotta
I
answer
don't
this.
want to know why you think examples mean something because you're breaking
Yes,
my
they
two
do.
questions.
Because
I gotta ask you.
no,
You're
I'm
breaking
not
my.
breaking them.
Okay, your example means everything. Your example means everything. Now let me
Yes,
ask you a
exactly.
question.
Let me tell you why. Let
Why?
me tell you
Why?
why. No, hold up,
Um,
hold up, hold up, hold up.
okay,
That's my hangout.
you
Hold up,
can't take it, bro.
hold
You
up,
can't take
hold up, hold up. Yes, I can. Hold up. All right. Are you still there? Are you still there? Are you still there? Okay,
it.
okay. I'm waiting for you to get back on. Hold up. Let me tell you something. The reason why I have to cite examples because to your own admission,
Wow, my
you're not, hey,
God.
hold up. You tell your admission, you say you don't quite know everything about boxing, even some negotiation aspects of it. I brought up Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis as an excellent example where you're trying, where you where your point doesn't make any sense. Okay, so the fact is this. Now go ahead and answer your two set of questions.
Now hold on. I think this is one where I got links. Now let me ask you this. Let me see. When's the link? That's not the link. Okay. Let me ask you this. So what maybe it was Don King, the promoter. Who else was a promoter in those events? Just name
Kathy
one of the
Duvas.
next. Okay,
Duvas.
Kathy Du okay, Duva King. Does Duva
Yeah.
and King sound like Heyman and Michelle to you? Yes or no?
No. Why?
Okay, so you're using an example of different parties. So it could mean your example could mean everything, but it also could mean that it's two different parties. And it's also okay, let me ask you one more question. Did Mike Tyson's step aside agreement that they made, did the fight that Tyson wanted him to step aside for, did it get canceled? Yes or no?
No, it didn't.
Okay, it did not. So now Adonis's did though, right? Okay. Now
Yeah,
did
it did.
Lennox Lewis? Hold on. Now, the next question, just to shit on your example. Did Lennox Lewis ever tell Mike Tyson, my team told me I was not ready for you while I'm the mandatory, and I'll get back to you when I am, basically? I'm paraphrasing that
No, it
last
didn't.
part. Okay, so you
No,
just
the answer
said
is no.
three
He never did
no's.
that.
You just said three no's about your example that had absolutely nothing to do with this one. But then I promise you, I promise you, I'm still looking for these links. I did a video and I put every link. Every link. I searched the Eleider Alvarez, but I'm
All right.
trying to find you
Well,
this
while you
ESPN.
doing
Let
that,
me
while you
just
doing,
quit talking.
hold up. Yeah, while you're doing that, we're gonna move on to another thing because I only got a little time left. I gotta get back to work. All right. Another thing I gotta ask you: what is your why? What's your problem with the LDBC? Yo, yo, I can't hear you. Unmute your mic.
I'm here. I'm looking for that article for you because I want to see. I want to see how much it means to you for me to find this article and to show you what he said, because I know I've already sent it to you before. So
I don't think I never got it. I
yeah,
never got it.
yeah, okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna ask you: what's your problem with the LDBC?
Then I thought they were good for boxing at one point, and I was totally misconstrued on that. I was taken for a loop. Guys don't report. Like on some issues, they have kept it real, and I thought I was getting the real, and I knew I was, because I actually read articles, then I listen to their take. I actually do my research, then I listen to. I actually cover boxing myself, look through boxing myself. There you go. Eleider Alvarez to face Storm Dabrowski. I believe this is the one for you, Dan. It was the
Okay.
second Google search I found. Let's see. Um, I was in assistance team. Alvarez jump in the ring. Hold on.
Okay. So while you're reading that, I gotta ask you: this all occurred, and this is my experience. This all occurred right at when the LDBC started to have legit criticism over, excuse me, over Adonis Stevenson. And at that point, you've been trolling everyone, calling everyone retards or whatever, calling them all type of names. Like you came after me one time when you and I first interacted. You said that I have no business having a boxing channel when I had legit criticism over your guy. And then you made countless videos dissing us, dissing us over
Dan,
and over
here's a
again.
quote.
Wait, wait,
Here's
wait,
a
wait,
quote. Dan,
hold up.
happy?
I'm not on that right now. I'm not on that right now. You made countless videos dissing us all over and all over again. And when we respond to you, now you're trying to victimize yourself. You cannot do that, number one. And number two, you cannot hashtag LDBC if you're going to disrespect people like that. I know you don't do that anymore. But the fact is that
It's
if you
another
want
one too.
respect, man, hold up. If you want people to respect you, you have to treat them equally. Okay? You cannot sit there and cry about not getting respected if you're not respecting other people. Okay?
Okay.
All
Dan,
right? I'm just letting you know. The
Dan,
fact is,
Dan, let me
hold
ask
up,
you a
hold up. Let
question.
me
Let
finish.
me
No,
ask
no,
you a
wait, wait,
question.
hold up,
Let me ask you a
hold up.
question.
Hold
Let me
up.
ask
Let
you
me
a
finish my
question.
point. Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point.
Mm, mm,
All right.
mm,
Now, are
mm,
they perfect when they're not with their analysis? No, no one's perfect with their
mm.
analysis. If you are in disagreement with an
Victor
individual,
Road.
hold up. If they're not being
Victor
disrespectful to
Road.
you, if they're not disrespectful to you, all you have to simply say is, "Hey, man, I respect you a lot, but I disagree with you, and here's why."
Mm, mm,
That's all
mm.
you have to do. You don't have to be making videos and troll everyone, calling everyone stupid or uneducated because of your fighter. You don't have to do that. Okay?
Mm.
So now you understand what it's like to be trolled and what to
Okay.
be called
Oh,
type
whoa,
of
whoa,
names.
whoa, whoa.
Okay?
Dan, how do you know? So you mean to tell me, since you're a man of so much proof, the first time I interacted with you, since you're a man of so much, but you go find that first time I interacted with, because I went to comment sections of DCB, 78, all these guys. I watched videos way before Adonis was coming up. but they were kind of telling the truth there. They were talking about Abel Sanchez running his fucking mouth and not telling Triple G to back it up when it came to it. Triple G refusing certain challenges. When it came to Danny Jacobs, Triple G, even before Adonis was discussed, I told people, hey, Danny Jacobs was wrong in this situation. So that was the first time I actually disagree with a lot of people to say Danny Jacobs don't deserve a goddamn thing from Triple G because he ain't won a damn belt. He ain't done anything, and he's not making money in his backyard. So hold on, get your point straight first. And I never went in the comment sections disrespectful. I went in the comment section and I gave a breakdown of why they were wrong. And I said, but do you think this is fair? I would ask questions in there, never insulted anybody. But when those brothers seen those comments and they couldn't believe, hey, this guy's bringing some sense and not just calling me a nigger and all this and that, I was blocked. I was ousted. I made videos. I seen people coming from their comment section to down on me. People invited me to a hangout. I came to the hangout. The man put the video up, got exposed in the video, took the video down. Ever since I've seen my name in comment sections written by him. Okay, so if you haven't seen just like you seen my name in that man's comment section, I mean in your comment section from him, the same thing you always got. And I simply came over here to keep exposing the truth. And I don't look at them like men anymore until they man up and say, hey, I'm going to be a man. I'm going to tell the truth. You have not had fair criticisms. What you have done is taken quotes and say Eleider Alvarez got paid when Eleider Alvarez said agreement, when you know in your whole lifetime
Jesus
you have made.
Christ.
There we go. You haven't had fair. Hey, whoa. Oh, there we go. You talk over me.
No, I told you you're not going to draw. You know, you're not going to draw out your answers. Hold up. First of all,
you just drew out a whole damn conversation.
Hold up. I didn't rule the conversation. First things first. I'm going to stop you right there on that one. First of all, as I observe a lot of things that goes on the YTBC. Those guys will not attack you unless you're disrespecting them. That's how they work. They are retaliatory. That's all they do. They don't go around and troll people or disrespect people unless they have to defend themselves.
So you're telling me my own experience.
Hold up.
You're telling me my own experience now. Now don't disrespect me and tell me my own experience if you don't know my experience.
Well, let me ask you this. Have I disrespected you the first time when you disrespected me? Who disrespected each other?
You find that. I find that.
I have all the comments, bro. I'll post it on my next video about you.
Go ahead. I mean, we got comments from recent where I've literally told you you're lying. And if you're lying and I call you a liar, and I'm sitting here telling you, you're telling the people right now that step aside agreement, even when a fight didn't happen, you're telling them that is step aside money, even when the fight didn't happen, simply because he agreed he would step aside.
Jesus Christ.
He got paid. So you're basically taking this man and you're twisting his words in order to fit your narrative. I'm not twisting it.
I'm not twisting his words. First of all,
you are twisting.
No, first of all,
and hold on. Here's the quote.
Hold up. Let me just respond. Before you read that quote. First of all, you have yet shown any proof or any written documentation that a fighter has ever in history. Any fighter in history has ever agreed to a step aside deal without taking no money. You have not proved that. You have not proved that.
I just showed you. I just showed you. Your example means nothing because you
does mean something.
Whoa. Why does it mean something if the parties differ? When the WBC is the WBC upholding their commitments in every division? Are they, yes or no?
Are they open up their commitments? What are you talking about?
No, are they upholding their commitments in every division? Yes or no? Just yes or no.
Every division. What are you talking about?
You like yes or no questions when I ask you one. You got to keep talking.
I don't understand your question. You got to elaborate.
Basically, what you're saying is this. I don't have to go no further than this, and I won't, since you can't say yes or no. You're taking this man's quote, and you can contact him. And Eleider Alvarez ain't hard to contact. You contact him. And when you come back with the information of the documentation or whatever you need to say that he took step aside money for a fight that didn't even happen, I'm going to give you a pat on your back and say, wow, Eleider Alvarez has to be the first person ever to get step aside. Whoa, let me finish. He has to be the first person ever to get step aside money for a fight that didn't even happen. Pat on the back. And you know what? Adonis has to be a real fucking coward to pay step aside money for a fight that did not even happen. I'm simply sticking to the common sense. You're twisting quote.
He did.
Did you see in that article.
He did.
See, you're
So
childish.
I just point an example. No, I'm not being childish. I'm telling you, I point. Well, hold up.
Being childish.
I'm not. First of all, when I brought up Tyson and Lewis, the same language was written in that situation, just like this one. The same language. Okay. Now I got to ask you another question. Okay. Another question. Okay. Now I got to ask you. Did you say that since Andre Ward is being dismissive for Adonis Stevenson, he's afraid, he's ducking, right? Is that what you're saying? Did you say that?
Yes, he's never wanted to fight Adonis Stevenson ever.
Okay, he's being dismissive. Okay, when Arthur Beterbiev has called out Adonis Stevenson a year ago and Adonis Stevenson never responded, isn't that the same standard?
Do you have your article, Dan? Give me your article.
It's right here.
Please read the quote, and I'm about to break it right down for you, buddy.
It ain't about breaking it down. It's a simple logic.
Bring it on.
Is it the same
Read your quote.
Can you answer the question directly? Is it the same argument?
Read your quote, and we'll go from there. I know your quote. I know the quote you got. Can you please
answer the question? No, I will read it.
No, I'm not support. Let me tell you why I do not support Beterbiev and why I think he's full of shit.
So you're not going to answer the question.
Whoa. No, he wasn't dismissive of him. What he was Beterbiev was offered his biggest shot to fight for a title in Russia. His biggest time. He turned it down. He injured himself, and all he ever said is, "Give me." Well, he didn't go after. He didn't make a video about Adonis and say, "Hey, Adonis, after you beat so and so, I want to fight you." That's what Adonis did to Andre Ward. He has repeatedly added him, said, "Please, dude, we need to unify these belts." Getting in contact with you, that can't be done on Twitter, right? That's what he's done. Your man, I know the quote you got. Unless you got something better, you should read it. But the quote is, I want to fight anybody. I want to fight anybody with a belt, basically. He didn't go after anybody. He basically...
Yes, he did. He said Adonis Stevenson.
Please read your quote.
He said that. He did say that. Number one, you didn't answer my question. First of all,
read your quote, bro.
No, I will not read the quote until you answer my question. I'm going to ask you one more time. First of all, Arthur Beterbiev's, whatever his fights that fall through, had nothing to do with the question I asked you. I'm going to ask you again.
Don't either. Do his injuries not either?
Answer my question, bro. Answer my question. You said that Andre Ward says he's being passive about Adonis Stevenson. He's ducking. He's afraid. Since Adonis Stevenson did not respond to Arthur Beterbiev's call out a year ago, isn't that the same standard? Yes or no? Is that the same standard?
Fuck no. You want to know why? Fuck no. Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why? Do you want yes or no?
I want to know.
Do you want Are you just laughing? Okay, so
I'm laughing. I want to know why.
Whoa. 3 years ago. Hold on, whoa. See, Dan, this is fucking annoying, bruh.
This shit is annoying, because this is crazy to me. Because let me tell you why. Let me tell you why this is annoying to me. No, let me tell you why. Hold up.
If you want to talk, bruh,
let me tell you why.
Annoying, dog. This shit is annoying.
It is. Let me tell you why this is so gets to me.
No, it's annoying. No, you asked your question. Okay, I got to go.
I'll let you answer. Hold up.
You answered your question. You asked your question. I'm going to answer. Arthur Beterbiev did not call out Adonis Stevenson 3 years ago when he knocked out a lineal titleist and Andre Ward didn't say you don't deserve. Whoa, Dan.
He did.
That's the longevity of Andre Ward ducking the fuck out of Adonis Stevenson. There is a longevity of Arthur Beterbiev fighting nobodies, never making himself a force in the division to call out anybody. He said, I'm leaving Yvonne Michelle because he promised me purses I did not get. You guys came on here and said he's leaving Yvonne Michelle because he promised him fights he didn't get. Now we can go back to that.
I got the article.
Let's go back to that quote as well. Can we go back to that quote? Or do you have to get back to work?
That yet. Here's what my problem with you, man. This is my big.
I'm telling the truth is your fucking.
No, you're not telling the truth. You're not telling the truth. Hold up. I gave you. Hold up.
You're a child and you lie. You are a troll. Let's go to the quote or let's stop.
Shut up for a second, okay? Let me tell you something.
Let
me tell you something. First thing, here's my biggest problem with you. You go around and you call everyone liars. You call everyone not being consistent, not having the same standards. But when it comes to Adonis Stevenson, you will not apply the same standards like you're doing to Andre Ward to Adonis Stevenson. You will not do
the same standards.
Hold up. This is my hangout. This is
Yeah,
my
you
hangout.
fucking
Hold up.
petty, bro.
Let me
You a
finish my
liar,
point.
dog. You
No,
a
I'm not a
liar.
liar.
You a
I'm not a
fucking
liar.
liar.
First, I'm not a liar. Yes, you won't do it. You will not do it. I'm not a liar. Just like how you
Oh
lied
man.
about Andre Ward being responsible for his death as his promoter.
Oh
Remember
my
that?
God, you are
You lied
fucking
about that
petty.
one.
This
You
dude is
lied about
petty as
that
a
one.
cop.
Now, first of all, my problem with you is that you're the biggest hypocrite on this damn platform. You will not apply the same standards to Adonis Stevenson like you're doing to Andre Ward.
So he's been ducking
Hold
Andre.
up, hold
So
up,
he's
hold
been
up, hold up.
ducking Beterbiev 3 years
Hold up.
now.
Well,
Beterbiev's
first of
been
all,
calling him out for
he been
3 years
ducking.
now.
Oh, he been ducking the Terrier for a whole year. Number one. Number
Oh,
two.
oh.
Hold up. Number two. Number two. Why in the world that Adonis Stevenson would quickly respond to Badu Jack, but not Arthur Beterbiev?
Whoa, this is
Why
so
would he?
great. This is so
Why
great.
would he? Why
This
would
is
he quickly respond to him, but not
can you
Arthur Beterbiev?
please, are you going to interrupt me? You just asked a question and you started talking again. Dan, if you want to keep talking, you have at it, man. If you're going to
Can you
interrupt me,
answer the
if you're going
question,
to
please?
interrupt me, you're emotionally involved and you keep
No, I'm not gonna
interrupting me.
interrupt you. All I'm asking is
Well,
for
I
you to
want
give
you
me
to
a
mute
direct answer.
yourself. Can you mute yourself?
No, I'm not gonna
And I
mute
will
myself.
tell you when I'm finished. That's what I'm going to do for you. When you
Can you
talk,
answer
when
the
I tell you
question
I'm
directly?
done, okay.
Can you answer the
If you
question
want the
directly?
answer you want, or do you want a real answer? Which one do you want?
Just give me a direct answer. A
A
direct answer.
real
That's all
answer.
I'm
Don't
asking.
say direct, say real. I'm gonna tell
No,
you the truth.
direct answer.
I
Direct
support
means when.
Badu Jack's call. You know why I support Badu Jack's call out?
Why is that?
Because he actually done it. He didn't sit behind a reporter and say, hey, is there anybody you want to fight? And this be the main thing he based his whole claim on. You didn't even read your quote. I want you to in a minute when I'm finished. But this is what I got. I want you, and send me the link too, because I don't trust you. But
Okay, I got it.
I want to fight anybody with a belt. So Kovalev, Adonis, whoever. Okay, that said a lot. All right. Now you're a good fighter, but you haven't made a name for yourself. You haven't beat anyone of high note, and you got injured. And now when you come back, you're suing the promoter that could get you to fight because you said he didn't give you purses that were promised. Okay, I'm not saying Beterbiev don't deserve a shot, but to sit out here and say it's the same kind of call out that Stevenson has done to Ward, or the same kind of call out that Jack has done to Stevenson. Hey, if they're so compared, they draw the same amount of comparison. Please tell me why I look all through the YTBC and I see Jack calls out Stevenson and I see Stevenson calls out Ward. Ward returns back, and then you look back then and it's barely Beterbiev. You know, like Anthony from Thunderdome Boxing might have said something about, because the man was not aggressively seeking anything. You please read your article. Now, I appreciate you being mature right there and let me answer. Now, can you please read your article and
All right,
send me
this
the
is what
link?
the
And
quote is.
send me the link.
Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. I'll let you finish. Okay, I'm gonna make 3 points. I'll read this quote. This is what Arthur Beterbiev said. My career goal is to be champion of the world. He said to the BBC, whether it's Sergey Kovalev or Adonis Stevenson, I don't care. I want to fight them. I want to win it. Oh, that's what he said. Okay. Now, another thing I got to bring up. Okay. I lost my train of thought there for a second. All right. First of all, a call out is a call out. I cannot believe that you have the nerve to say that, well, call outs are different, because this is the reason why I will not apply that standard to Adonis Stevenson like I'm doing to Andre Ward. Okay. When you're being dismissive of a guy, that's called being a vis. You're avoiding the guy. You're ducking him if you're not responding. So it makes no sense for him to respond to Badu Jack rather than Arthur Beterbiev. But since we're on Arthur Beterbiev, since you say he did nothing that's not worth a note, he knocked out Tavoris Cloud. He beat him a lot better than Adonis Stevenson did. Okay? Arthur Beterbiev, I'm not saying he's got the greatest resume in the world. He doesn't. Neither does Adonis Stevenson. But the fact is, Arthur Beterbiev,
See
within
how you
12
have to
pro
throw
fights.
that in there to
Wait, hold up.
you see?
Arthur Beterbiev has beat 2 world champions within 10 pro fights. He did that. Okay? So he is a top-rated contender. You cannot take that away from him. He is one of the top light heavyweights in the division. In the world, I should say. You cannot take that away from him. So for you to sit there and now apply that standard to Stevenson like you're doing to Ward, and then say that Beterbiev's call out is not significant like Badu Jack's, that makes no sense, man.
Okay.
None whatsoever. Now I gotta ask you. Hold up, I
Let
gotta
me
ask you another.
respond to that. Then
Oh,
you
go
ask
ahead.
me. Let me respond. So Badu Jack, who fought in a unification fight, calls you out in front of 2 million people on fucking Showtime. No, not 2 million. I think they said it was about 6, whatever the fucking million they done. You know, cause you out there, and it's you drawing comparison to Beterbiev sitting behind a reporter that you don't even know, thinking, hey, Stevenson
Oh,
had
Jesus
whoa.
Christ.
Stevenson had to have
Jesus.
read this article. Stevenson, Dan, this
He
is
did.
immature,
A
bro.
call
This
out.
is
It's a
very
call out. It's a
immature.
call out.
So let me
It's a
ask
call
you.
out.
Let me
It's a
ask
call
you.
out.
Let me ask you.
You
When
won't
you
answer
got
my
what?
question,
I
bro.
didn't interrupt you. I didn't interrupt you, but you see, you lost, and when you do, you want to ruin my points. See, but
No.
anyway, but when you talked about Beterbiev, did you ever say, because we need to find that article and get the quotes on that too, and we see if you ever respect these things. But the quotes that you always ask for, did you ever say he left Michelle because he didn't get the fights he wanted, or did you say he left Michelle because he didn't get the purses that he were promised? Which one did you ever say?
When I did my response yesterday, I said that the reason why Arthur Beterbiev is trying to leave, well, actually, he's breaking out of his agreement with Yvonne Michelle because he was promised a number of fights. He was promised numbers of fights, and he was also promised. What else he was promised? I'll bring the exact quote right here. Okay. He also was promised a number of fights, and he was also promised. What else? Let me see. Here it is. It's on Bad Luck Hook.
Yeah, and a link would be great. A link would be perfect. Because
I will
once
send
again,
that to you.
I do not
I will
trust
send
what
that
you're
to
saying.
you.
I don't trust what you're
I
saying.
have
You
this
have
is reported for. Hold up. Now, my dear friends, fans, and supporters, as many of you have already heard, my lawyer has filed a motion on Tuesday morning on the demand of the declaratory judgment asking for the Superior Court in Montreal to confirm that my promotional agreement with Groupe Yvonne Michel, which is Jim, is effectively terminated or expired. Okay, but Beterbiev continued by saying that he has no problem with Yvonne Michel personally. It provided no insight as to why he wants to part ways with the promoter. But at least one source had said that Beterbiev has not been paid minimum purses, nor he's received a number of fights as he signed up for, as he was promised. Michel acknowledged that Beterbiev is looking to part ways, but does he believes his companies have strong arguments to suggest that Beterbiev is still under contract with him. All right, so obviously he said something about their current agreement. Beterbiev is considering his contract terminated with Jim, and he's asking the Quebec judge to confirm it. Now, we believe otherwise. We have agreements to back it up. It may take several weeks before having a judgment. So he's trying to get a motion to stay the case, obviously.
okay.
Every promoter
Okay.
does that. Like
That's
Don King.
good. That's good. Now let me tell you. Let me ask you something. That's good.
Let me finish.
Oh, that's good.
Let me finish. Meantime, we are still Beterbiev's promoter, and we have a deal with Team Sauerland Representative Chris Meyer for the services of Enrico Cole for the IBF title eliminator to be the mandatory contender for Andre Ward. Go
You
ahead.
done?
I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay, so some source said, okay, he didn't get the amount of fights, and let's say that's just right. We just gonna go that's right. But Beterbiev and himself said in something I said he didn't get the right purses that he was guaranteed. If Michelle didn't do that, hey, that's Michelle's fault. That's some bullshit. I don't know why. I ain't got to back it up. All I know is this. I don't have to back that. That's Michelle's fault. You see how real I am? So, dude,
Okay.
this is immature, man. Come on, man.
No, it is
I'm making a fair point. Dan, I really want us to do this. I want us to do this. I'm making points here, and you're interrupting me and messing up my points.
I'm not interrupting you.
If you're going to talk, I'm going to do you the favor so you can get the best Dan the man there is. I'm going to mute myself. If you can't do that for me, then you are literally right now admitting to me. I laugh because I see where you're going, and I don't want you to get there.
No, I'm laughing because it's funny argument, bro. It's
so
funny.
can you mute yourself? Can you mute yourself?
I'm not gonna mute myself. This is my hangout.
Well, can you just stop then?
No,
so you're gonna be petty. If you're gonna be petty, I don't have to be here, man. You invited me here. I didn't come here to do this shit we did with Boxing Liberia.
I'm coming on here.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. If you want to talk about being petty, you know what I didn't do? I didn't lower your mic. I credit
hold up. But the laughing while I'm making points, man, that shit's getting old, bro. That shit is interrupting the flow of boxing talk. If we can talk about, I'm not busting out in huge laughter while you're making points and stopping because the people can't hear me. That shit is fucking petty, dog. It's childish.
No, it ain't petty.
So
it ain't petty.
What we gonna do? Are you gonna mute yourself like I'm gonna mute myself, or can you just be a grown man and be quiet?
Stop crying. I got one more question. I got to get off here. All right. I got one more question.
See that?
All right. I
See
got one
there?
more question, but go ahead, finish your point. Finish your
No,
point. Then
this
I
got
get to my
nowhere.
last.
This got nowhere, man. This got
What? No,
nowhere.
go ahead,
We
finish your
can't
point
talk
before I
real
go to my
boxing
question.
talk because you think it's BT Comic View when I'm just using people's quotes, man. This shit is
Yeah,
ridiculous,
but at
bro.
the same time, you could even provide any factual proof to back up most of your points. That's why I'm laughing.
Who?
Now I'm
Here you go,
asking you.
Eleider Alvarez. Yeah, because you go on to ask me about the damn LDBC when I got. Here goes the quote from Eleider Alvarez. It's
All right,
going
go
right
ahead.
back to it. Right back to it. And this ain't even the
Why would I
worst
go
one.
back to
The worst one is the worst one is the one that I haven't got to yet. That is in my videos that I need to go back and see. Let's see. Where's that quote? Just a second. All right. I asked my team to keep me. I asked my team to evaluate what I do well and what I do badly against Southpaws. I want to fully read. I want to be fully ready for Adonis Stevenson to become the first Colombian light heavyweight champion of the world. That's not the worst one. That's actually okay to say if you're not going to go around and say somebody ducking you. But he wasn't doing this at this time, by the way. This was December. He was making no riffs, no complaints. But the worst one is in my videos, and I got to go all the way back through them. And I'm going to give them to you to no avail because it's not going to change anything you're saying. Because you can tell things about you, Dan. When you said Tavares Cloud doesn't have the best resume in the world, we're talking about Tavares Cloud. And then you simply go in and you throw a jab at Stevenson. And Stevenson don't either. It's like, oh, what did
I
he,
didn't
where was
say
he even,
Cloud did that.
where was he even there? You
You're
know what
not
I'm saying?
listening, bro. You're not listening. I didn't say Tavoris Cloud didn't have the best resume. I said Arthur Beterbiev.
You said both
Now
don't.
listen. No, I did. I said Arthur Beterbiev and Adonis Stevenson. I wasn't referring
Okay,
to
well that's cool.
Tavoris
That's
Cloud.
cool. But you were
All right.
talking about no, no, that's what you say. But I think I heard what I heard. But I'm not gonna tell you your experiences like you guys deal with me. I'm just gonna accept that what you said. But at the end of the day, I want to get these quotes for y'all. And I want to see where it goes when this man said my trainer and he said his team told him he wasn't ready. What is that going to change for you? And please tell me, Dan, this is immature if
You
you can really this is immature
do
if
you
you
have
can
it?
really
Do
say
you have
this.
it right in front of you right now? Do you
I'm
have a
going to
quote?
find them. I'm going to find. No, I
You
didn't bring them with me.
okay. Let me move on to another question. This is my last question. I gotta get off here. Okay, this is my last question. All right. So I noticed that you choose to kind of align yourself now with Sean Newton, Thunderdome, and
Thunderdome?
on the homage or props to those guys. What's the reason behind
You
that?
said, hold on, your mic broke up. You said I have a promise to those guys. Is that what you just said?
Huh? Looking up. Say
Your
again.
mic your mic broke up. You just said I have a promise to those guys. That's what
No,
you
I
said?
didn't. No homage. You pay respect to those guys. It seems like you're aligning
No,
yourself
I
with them.
said they kicked y'all. They made y'all what y'all was about Adonis Stevenson. Y'all didn't do the work because a lot of y'all didn't want that backlash from white channels telling y'all was wrong when you was actually right. You didn't want them race baiters to have them people come to y'all comment section lynching y'all on your own videos. Y'all was scared of them, but I wasn't scared to stand up and tell the truth. And now you guys are mad because I was man enough to tell the damn truth when you would have to backtrack on everything you said about Adonis because I actually brought fact here.
So you respect those
I didn't
guys
pay
more.
homage to
So
anybody.
yes, you
Sean,
did. Yes, you did.
you told
Well,
me the
hold up,
first time. I
hold
remember the
up.
first time you came to
Hold
my
up,
comment section. The
hold
first
up.
time you came to my live hangout, you told me Sean Newton's in your comment section. Get him out of
Yes,
here. I simply said, yo, I don't block anybody. Anybody can say what the fuck
exactly.
they want to say here. I don't watch the video.
So
Whoa. Just like DCB told you, get me out of here. Don't nobody give me ultimatums. You not gonna give me one. Sean ain't gonna give me one. Thunderdome. I'm a grown man, dog. I'm not in no group. I thought LDBC was good for boxing, so I hashtagged it. I found out that they were some weaklings and liars, and they were people that was actually scared of the people they were supposed to be combating. They were scared of them, and I called them out
so
on it.
no,
That's
no,
why
they're not. So first of all, so you respect those guys more than you respect the LDBC.
I respect me more than I respect all y'all, because
You're
all
not
y'all
answering the
liars.
question. No, you're not. No, you're not answering the question. You're not answering the
That's it.
question. No, I see. I told you. When you come on here, this is the rule. Answer the question directly. Do you
As of
respect
now,
those guys?
I don't have
No,
any.
no, no,
As of
no. Come
now,
on,
I
no,
have
no, no.
very little
Come on.
respect for the
No,
LDBC.
come on. Do
I don't
you
have any
respect those
respect.
guys?
Listen,
Do you respect those guys more? Do you respect the
listen.
LDBC?
I don't respect Precise Presenter. I don't respect 78 Sports TV. I don't respect Thunderdome. I don't respect DCB. None of you guys are real. You're liars.
And I'm
You're not
not going
answering
to
my
respect
question.
any of you.
You're
There
not.
you have it. There you have it. I
You're
just
not
answered
answering
it
my.
for you.
Yeah.
I don't respect any of you. I respect myself because I'm not a liar.
So you
I don't
said.
call a step aside agreement automatic money, even when I say
Jesus
myself,
Christ.
oh, the man didn't take no
All
fight.
right, stop. I'm getting tired of this.
Because I'm a
Answer
grown
the
man.
question directly. No,
I
you're
just
not.
did
I'm gonna ask
it.
you again,
I'm
bruh.
not.
On your channel, you gave shout outs to Sean Newton and Thunderdome. You gave shout outs to their imprecise presenter when he left. So you're telling me that you
Show
don't
me that
respect the
video.
you
You're lying.
hold up. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I got the video, bruh. Yes, you did. So don't sit there and lie to everyone since you want to call everyone liars. Okay? When you
Please
close
bring
out
that
your hangout.
video.
Yes,
Bring
it's
that
still on
video.
there. Okay.
Mm.
That was that last video that you mute me and cut me off. That was the one.
So this video, okay, all right, hold on. This video right here says Thunderdome boxing talk cursed by the Adonis Superman
No,
Stevenson curse.
not that
That's
video.
my
Not that
video.
video.
That's
Not
my
that
video.
video.
So I
Not that
clowned
video.
him, but okay, I
No,
clowned the guy. Oh yeah,
you
that's
look,
cool.
dude.
That's
You
cool.
could clown people, but the
Yeah.
question I asked you is that
But
you're not willing to answer the question.
when I clown y'all, see, when I clown them, it's funny. Then when I clown y'all, I'm aligned with them. Oh, okay, I get it. I get it.
First things
I
first,
get it.
you're lying. You lied to me now. Second of all, are you telling us to basically I'm getting from this is that you respect those guys, even though you clowned them, but you respect those guys more than you respect the LDBC. That's what you're telling me.
I don't respect any of y'all. Did you not hear me when I said it the first time? I don't respect
So
any of y'all.
so you're
Any of you.
so you allow them to come on your channel and comment on you or comment on the hangout.
So
That's
when
your
I
prerogative.
told Sean
Wait,
Newton,
hold up. That's your prerogative. That's fine. But you have no problem with them when they harbor people in their comment section that calls us black tards, which is a code word for nigger. So you're okay with that using racial epithets.
so what I'm supposed to just go find my block button because I call somebody a cracker. He should if I call a white man a cracker, which I called boxing librarian a white boy, and I kind of regret doing it because I shouldn't have went racial, but I did want to roast his ass. So just because I called him that, he should automatically find this fucking block. I'm not no sensitive ass nigga, man. I don't know where you're coming from, bro. I'm
Well,
not.
because the reason why I asked this question, because I had to ask you because you did give a shout out to those guys when you ended your video. Okay,
Oh,
so that's why I'm
yes,
asking you.
I shout out the people in my comment section. I called
Yes,
out
you
the
did,
people.
Sean Newton.
I
You
do.
did say
Even
Sean
if
Newton. You
you're in
said
there, I say Dan the Man in there. I say Curtis Blow in there. But that's saying, oh
you
man,
haven't
I'm
done that
really
to
on
me,
your
bro.
team. Dan, quit being sensitive, bro.
I'm not being sensitive. I'm just telling you,
You
you
are.
have not done that. You didn't do that
Yeah,
to me
yeah.
until we first spoke on Live Hangout. That's the first
Okay.
time you gave a shout out. I'll acknowledge
I gave
that.
a shot. Okay. Okay.
Okay. But the thing is that from you is because you didn't answer the question again, bro. What I'm getting from you is that you're telling me indirectly that you respect those guys more than you respect
I
the
don't
LDBC.
respect
All over,
you.
just over Adonis
I'm
Stevenson.
losing
Just
respect
all
for you
because of
right now because you sitting there telling me
yeah,
to
only
step
because of
aside agreement.
hold up. Ah, Jesus Christ. Hold
I'm
up.
losing.
All because of one
No,
fight. All because of
nobody that
one fight.
lies and fine with it has my respect. Nobody.
You
Why do
lie
I got
about
respect?
Andre Ward. You
I
lie about
told
Andre Ward. But
time
these
out. Yesterday, you want to
hold
know
up.
what I told
Yes.
Sean Newton yesterday? You want to know what I
Here we
told
go.
Sean? No, it's good. This is good. You gonna run with this. You gonna run with this.
Yeah, you can tell whatever you
You gonna
want,
run
man.
with
But
this. Listen. You gonna run with this. You gonna want to hear this. You gonna want to hear this.
The fact is you respect him more than you respect the
No,
LDBC.
no, no.
That's
You
all.
gonna want to hear
Yeah,
this.
that's all.
You going to want to hear this. Whoa, you gonna want
No,
to
bro,
hear
I gotta
this.
get off. I gotta get off, man. I gotta get off.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
but you know, go ahead.
yeah.
Go ahead, read the quote. Go ahead, read the quote. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
a
Go ahead,
quote
read the
from
quote.
where? Quote from where?
You going to say that you told Sean Newton something. Go ahead, tell
Okay,
me what you said
so
about
the end of my hangout yesterday, Sean Newton and Red Fox are going at it. And Red Fox said, Sean, you was always posting that racial bullshit. And I said, you damn right. Sean, you was always posting some racial ass bullshit. But yeah, I'm aligned with Sean Newton though. Get the fuck out of here, man.
it. You gave
Sean
him a
Newton
shout
comes to
out.
my channel to
You
argue with me. He agrees with me on one point. We don't talk about it. We don't do videos together. I don't know where you're coming from. You're scared of
you
him.
respect.
You're
No,
scared
I'm
of
not
him.
scared.
You want me to be
Yeah,
scared of him because you're scared of him. I'm not scared of
I'm
them. I'm not
scared of
scared
Sean
of.
Newton.
I'm
You
not
know how
scared.
many?
Look, I don't need to
First
see
of
those.
all, hold up. First of all, that guy has ducked numerous debates with me. All right. Second of all,
Oh, so you
You
wanted to
gave him.
affiliate with him?
No,
Oh my
no,
God,
no, no.
you were trying to affiliate with him. You're a fucking You're a coon. What the fuck? Get out of here, man. Chill out, man.
Nah, first of
Y'all
all,
sensitive for
hey,
that
chill out.
shit.
No, hey, chief
Y'all
head,
sensitive,
just be
dog.
quiet for a second.
Niggas
Nah, you're
sensitive out
sensitive,
here.
brother. First of all, nah, brother. First of all, when it comes to your boyfriend Adonis Stevenson, that's where your sensitivity comes in. All
Because I
right.
tell facts. I read
No, you
quotes,
don't
and
tell
you
facts. No, you don't.
and you
No,
say
you don't.
Baturbiels. You say Baturbiels. I want to fight anybody. You know, so let's fuck it. You know what I mean. Yeah,
Well,
Vazik
first
is
of all,
calling out Andre Ward right now. Vazik is calling out Andre Ward right now, and Andre Ward isn't responding. That's a duck. No, get the fuck out of here, dude.
okay, okay.
Out of
First of
here.
all, you're not making sense because you keep going
You
off to
know,
different.
Vazik did say
Hear
he
me,
wanted to fight Andre
you
Ward.
going
If
off to
Andre
different
Ward ain't
points that
pursuing
makes
that
no
fight.
sense. You going off to different points that makes
No,
no sense.
I'm giving
That's
you
why
people.
how first. Wait, hold up. Hey,
Alexander Vazik is way hotter than Beterbiev has ever been.
shh, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, please,
Yeah,
please. I gotta end this right now. I gotta end this. It's been fun, but I gotta say this, man. It's been fun. I ain't gonna lie, but I gotta say this, man. My problem with you is that you don't remain consistent at all, man.
that's a lie.
Every single no, you don't. Because when you made a video attacking DBC just admitted Andre Ward is running scared of Adonis Stevenson because of a call out. That's what you said. And yet when Arthur Beterbiev and Salvador Barrera, by the way, did the same thing. When those guys had called out Adonis Stevenson doesn't respond, but he chooses to respond.
He should respond to a Kathy Duva guy that can't
That's
even.
what bothers me.
He should
Now, hold up,
respond to
hold
a
up, hold up,
Kathy
hold up,
Duva
hold
fighter
up,
that can't
hold
even
up,
come
hold
to
up,
Canada and offer
hold
him a
up,
deal.
hold up,
Man,
hold up,
politics, bro.
hold up.
Ain't my fault. Ain't my
Hold
fault.
up, hold
Politics.
up. And the nerve for you to say that, well, certain call outs are different from the other one. That makes no sense. A call out is a call out, okay? That's what bothers me. And the fact that you're indirectly telling us that you respect those guys more than you respect us, dude, I'm appalled. I'm sorry. I'm
Dude,
really
did
appalled
you
by
not
that.
just hear me say I don't respect
I,
none of y'all? Nigga, you just put words in my mouth and lied
nah,
on me for nothing.
you
I
shot,
don't
you gave, you
listen,
gave a
take
shout out
this
to Sean.
quote. Take this
No,
quote, Dan. I don't respect 78. I don't respect Thunderdome. I don't respect DCB. I don't respect Precise Presenter. I do not respect you as of now because you sitting here lying for no fucking reason.
I'm not lying. I'm gonna tell
I
you
don't
what.
have
I'll
I
tell
don't
you
have
what. Hey,
respect for Sean Newton, but I don't disrespect them until somebody disrespects me. Y'all have
well, hold
literally
up. You're
come
being
out
a
here and
hypocrite.
called
Hey,
y'all
hey,
have
hey, hey. I'm gonna
literally
stop you. I'm
called
gonna stop you
y'all
right
have
there. I'm gonna
literally
stop
called
you
me
right
a
there.
boyfriend when I
I'm gonna
was saying
stop you. I'm
facts.
gonna stop you right here. I'm gonna stop you right there. You being a hypocrite because when you and I first interacted, you disrespected me. I didn't know who the fuck you were
No, you didn't.
when I
No, you
mentioned Donna
came on me.
Stevenson. So
You came
don't
on
lie
me.
to me.
You
No,
came to
don't
my
lie.
place
Don't
telling
lie.
me I was
No.
wrong about Bernard Hopkins. When I had my opinion
Yeah.
and I told you no,
Yeah.
I gave you a factual, just like I do with anybody else. I ain't never disrespect you until you lied. And I said, Dan, if you lie to me, you disrespected me, and I'm gonna call you out on what
How
you're
did
doing.
I
You
lie?
lied,
First
and
of
I
all,
call
I
you a
never.
motherfucking liar. You lie
I
again,
never.
I call you
No.
another motherfucking liar.
Well, I'm gonna
Cause
tell
I,
you
you
what.
ain't
Let me
gotta
tell you.
lie,
Hey,
dog.
hey, 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 hey,
You
hey,
ain't gotta
bitch,
lie,
calm down.
dog. You
Bitch,
ain't gotta
bitch. Hey,
lie.
hey, 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 bitch, calm down, please.
See,
Calm down,
listen to
please.
you. See,
No,
you
no, no.
mad that you lied. I know I ain't a bitch, but you lied.
Yeah, you
You
are.
mad because you actually fucking lied, and you are getting called a liar for doing what you actually do. You
You
fucking
are.
lie.
Hey, 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 hey.
You
Shut up,
lie.
shut up, shut up. Hey, Jim Jones. Hey, shut up, man. First of
All right.
all,
Oh, look at this here. Pound for pound. Oh, is this the oh, here go all the quotes. Oh
I'm
shit.
going to get. You ain't
Whoa,
got the
whoa,
quotes.
whoa, whoa. Do
Anyways, I'm
you
about to
want to
get off.
go
I'm
now?
about
Do
to.
you want to go now? Do you want to take this ether?
I have to get back to work. Send me
No,
the
no, no,
link.
no. Do you want to go now?
Send
Do
me the.
you
No,
want
no,
to
no,
take this
no.
ether?
No, send me the link. This is one
Take
thing I've
this
learned.
ether, dog.
Hold up.
Take this
No, no,
ether.
no, no,
It's
no,
78.
no. Send me the
Ooh,
link.
I found the
I
ether.
told. No, send me the link. Send me the link, and then I will
78.
address it.
78. The video is called 78 Sports and Santee Walden versus Adonis Stevenson. Very
No, no,
hypocritical
no, 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 no,
response.
no, 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 no.
LDBC.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, 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 can you just shut up for a second? Just shut up. Shut up. I'm trying to be
Ah,
nice.
look
I'm
at
trying
him
to be nice.
now.
Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up,
Ah,
hold up, hold up. I'm losing patience.
you ain't
I'm gonna
got
stop
none.
it here.
You can't even got enough patience
I
to
do
read quotes to get
now.
the truth out of them. You don't have any.
First of all, I got another point I got to make. First of all, if you don't respect none of us as you claim, don't watch our channels. My advice to you: don't watch our channels.
I watch
Wait,
respect. I
hold up.
didn't
No,
respect him. I watch what the
hold up,
fuck I
hold up.
please to
Let me tell you
watch.
something. No, no,
I'm a
no,
grown
no,
man.
no, no, no. You a grown ass man, but you don't act like one.
Yeah.
So let me tell you something. Let me tell you
Hey,
something. No, no, no,
no.
no. Let me tell you something. No, 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 no. My advice: if you don't respect us, don't watch our channel. Do not come to our channel and comment if you don't respect us. That's all I'm saying. It's common sense. That's all I say. Don't respond. You do your thing on your channel.
I'll be where
Well,
I
hold up.
feel. It's
Oh,
called
no,
the
no, no,
white
no, no, no,
PBC.
no, 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 no. Hold up. And another thing is too. Again, I have to make another point. You're telling the whole world. You're telling my people, our audience right now, that a step aside deal does not mean there's no money involved. And yet you now have proven that what fighter in history has never agreed to a step aside deal with no money. You never proven that.
You
So
never
all I
proven
gotta
that
say is,
you never proven
no,
that
hold up,
Eleider
hold
got
up,
a
hold up.
penny. History
Yeah, he
don't
did.
mean shit in they negotiations, bro. What does history have to do with their negotiations? They
Bruh.
negotiations are based on history. I
Yeah.
wouldn't even bring that, dude. I
Hey,
would
what's
not
up,
even
librarian?
bring that to
Hey,
court.
librarian. Hey, librarian. You want to jump on here for a second?
Boy, that fucking goofy. You
Yeah.
want to bring this goofy on here? That fucking sensitive ass being. That motherfucker got Tyson toilet paper that he refused to use because he don't
Well,
want
you
to get
tell that
shit
in his
on.
face. Before I go, you guys interact. I'll stay out of it.
Oh
I'm gonna give
man.
you the link. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. First of all, bro, I cannot believe you can tell us right now that you'd say that step aside deal does not mean no money involved, and yet there's no fighter in history that's ever agreed to a step aside deal with no money. That is totally unheard of. I never heard of that before. So, anyways,
You actually did just hear about it, but you won't accept that these men have
you
the
have no
ability.
proof that he took.
Oh,
He have no proof that he took
okay,
no money. You
okay.
have no proof of that,
Dude,
bro.
you have no proof that Adonis took a
I
fucking
cited,
fight to
I
give him.
cited, I
Dan,
cited Tyson
Dan,
and Lewis.
Dan,
The same
Dan,
language was
Dan,
put in that
Dan,
situation, bro. I
Daniel,
cited it.
Daniel.
Hey, Blackberry.
When
Hold
did
up.
Adonis Stevenson get mandated to fight Eleider Alvarez? Just answer a few questions. When did he get mandated?
I think the fight got mandated around. I think it was around fall. I think it was October or November around that time.
Okay, so Adonis Stevenson has only fought once since then, but he paid a
Right.
step aside money twice. We're killing it here, man. We're killing it. We're
First of all,
killing it.
we already know about the step aside deal that happened last year, late last year. I'm asking you,
For
when
who?
did the
For
other?
who though? No. For who? Who did it happen for? If you
It
just said he
happened for
got
Alvarez. Oh, hold up.
no.
Just be quiet.
What fight for somebody?
Wait. This might hang out. Just
Look at you. You getting bodied and now you talking
No,
over me.
no, no.
Body, body.
Body. First of all, I asked you is that I'm trying to figure out where did the other step aside situation occur.
It didn't occur, bro. Answer the questions and you will come to the reality that it didn't occur, or you will just continue
So
to
you're saying
argue.
Alvarez is lying. So you're saying
No,
he's
no,
lying.
I know I'm not calling him a liar. What I'm saying
Yes,
is
you
he
are.
told
You're
you.
saying he's
No, I'm
lying.
I'm using his words. I'm not calling agreement money. I'm saying he may be telling the truth. He agreed to. There we go. There we go. Ignorant laughter, just LDBC behavior, bro.
Shit. Oh,
Really
nah,
LDBC
bro.
behavior.
This is probably the worst comment I ever heard. Just like you said that Bobby
LDBC
Jackson
behavior.
beat Bob. Hey,
LDBC behavior. Childish.
Bobby Jackson.
Childish. Childish.
Oh shit.
It's sad, bro. Y'all, some childish shit, man. Like these dudes risk
Oh
they
man.
for. Like, why do I gotta call Alvarez a liar when he simply didn't even say money? He said agreement. I'm not here to, bro. He said he agreed to fucking step
He's so close.
aside.
What's up? Hey, hold up. Let me rewind this comments. Isaiah Cole says, "Don't give Cheeto
Your mic
any
breaking.
shot."
Your mic is breaking up.
Since he is being sanctioned for those fights. Now, the only way he could possibly get a COTTO fight, if COTTO does agree, is that it has to take place in Mexico, because there's no way in hell he'll get a sanctioned license over here in the United States due to his eye problems, or due to his eye injury. But it is what it is. So let me get the librarian on here. Let me see if I can get him on.
Oh my God. Tell him to talk to you. I don't really got nothing
Yeah,
to say. I don't have nothing to say to that fella. Tell him to talk to you. that fella is fucking emotional. I've had enough of emotions for one day. I asked my team, there's the same quote, boxingscene.com, of him not wanting to be the mandatory, him stepping aside.
Well, send me the link.
Chill out. I called it weeks ago. Let's see. This not the best one. The other one is right here. Eleider Alvarez facing Stevenson. Eleider Alvarez. Butte explains facing Alvarez. Boom. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 links, and I just want to get you the one where this man told that his team told him to step the fuck aside, and I want that's it. But it's
Well,
fucking
I'm
hard to
asking
read.
you.
It's kind of
Well,
hard to read and talk to you at the same time. So if you get boxing
well,
librarian,
I'm asking you, where did he say he was not ready for the fight? Did he say that before the fight was ordered or after the fight was ordered?
he
That's what I'm
just said he
asking you.
just said it when he took the whoever the guy you fight. He said it when he was about to fight this. What is it,
Okay,
Dabrowski guy? He said it then. Right
okay.
then, and the
Well,
fight was
okay.
after the fight was ordered, but the WBC doesn't do their job. They don't. If you're not ready, you should be moved aside for somebody who is ready. Unfortunately, at 175, my personal opinion, some of the guys that act like they want fights and are ready, their team wouldn't be telling them to take it either. But whatever. A later told you. I told my team to tell me what I do well and don't do well against Southpaws. It's as
All right.
simple as that.
Well, okay.
And
Here's
I'm
the
looking
thing.
for.
Whether
I can't read anything else while I talk. I'm not Superman. I don't read and talk at the same
okay,
time.
yes. Whether he said it or he did not, whether he said it before the fight was ordered or whether he said it after the fight is ordered. The bottom line is that when the fight was ordered, he had an option to back out and say, you know what, I don't want to be the mandatory challenger. I'll voluntarily vacate my position. Alvarez did not do it.
He
So
don't
if
have
he,
to.
well,
Why would
he
he have
could. That's
to?
his choice. That's his choice. If he wasn't ready, if he felt he wasn't ready or he didn't want to fight, he could have voluntarily done so, like Pulev did and like what
Why would he?
Povetkin did.
Why would he
Well,
give up
hold
his
up.
position all the way? Why would he give up his position
I'm
all
not
the way?
saying.
That makes no sense, Dan. Why would he do that? When why? Like Dodge could literally retire and this man could fight a vacant guy. Why would he give up his entire position? The WBC doesn't do their job. When you got somebody that don't do their job, you manipulate whatever the fuck you can. So I don't blame anything here but the WBC and Alvarez for being. I don't even blame Alvarez for fucking stepping aside. I blame the WBC for allowing him to, saying I don't want to fight.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. So, okay, first of all, you're not getting my point. Again, if he was not ready, whether he said that or not, before or after they ordered the fight, if he was not ready, then he could have voluntarily said, you know what, I'm not going to take this fight. I'm not going to take it. Okay, just like what Pulev did, and just like what what's the other guy did? Povetkin did with Wilder. Okay, he could have voluntarily vacated his position. All right, of course, why would he not do that? Of course, he wouldn't be stupid enough to do it. But people could do that. All right, that was his choice. But the fact is, he chose to keep his mandatory position, and go through with the fight. Now that he wants to fight, you cannot take that away from him. You can degrade that as much as you want to. I know you're trying to, use a past quote that I haven't seen yet against him, but the fact is, you cannot take away the fact that he is a mandatory. He's had that position for 2 years, and he is due for a fight. And for Adonis Stevenson to go out and say that, well, there's no enough money in that fight. Well, I see where Adonis Stevenson is going with that, but at the same time, I understand where he's going with that, because I know Adonis Stevenson at the point of his career saying, you know what, I need to cash out, and that's why he's trying to go after Body Jack, because it is a little bit more money for that fight. But the fact is, a mandatory is a mandatory, and
Okay,
it's due
Dan,
for 2 years.
Dan.
And you cannot take away that
Dan,
from
that's
a.
fine.
Hold
All
up,
that
hold
is
up, hold up.
fine. He doesn't have to
Okay,
step aside. He doesn't have to give his position away. If there was the IBF said, yo, if he told the IBF, I'm not taking this fight, he would have been removed. Best thing for boxing. WBC, he doesn't even have to go to them. Stevenson just can go on about his business because they don't enforce shit. They're a nice belt, but they just don't do their job the way they should for the boxing fans. Probably even in their fucking rule, and they didn't do it because Heyman probably got him in his pocket, Michelle probably got him, and everybody else too. That's boxing. It just is what it is. I really don't want to be here for that, but it happens. So it is what it is, bro. I can't go no further. The man told you, his team told him. And I'm still trying to read so I can give you these articles, but I can't talk and read at the same time. And your friend ain't coming, so I can mute and then go find it. But at the same time, look, if he tells you I'm stepping aside, Yvonne Michelle is his promoter. Al Heyman promote both. They're not going to say, well, step aside and give somebody from Top Rank a shot. They're going to say, keep your position, buddy. And
All
then
right.
then after Joe Smith Jr., you will get your fight if Adonis wins. Joe Smith fucked the fight up, won rematches and shit like that. Ain't gonna happen. So the fight didn't happen. Eleider is not gonna get step aside money for Adonis fight. He probably wouldn't have got step aside money in that occurrence anyways, because he admitted, yo, I probably need some more time. I need step up fights and shit like that. That's cool. That's great. All right.
All right.
If they allowing it, if they're allowing it, all I can do is let them allow it. Don't mean I agree with it, but they're allowing
Well,
it, so it got to be cool. So he
again,
was going.
again,
So when
again.
Funfara, whoever the opponent would have been, a whole year after Adonis Stevenson has even fought, he is on a year layoff. If it wasn't for the Funfara fight, Adonis would be going on what 13 months, 12 months, something like that, year layoff. So the step aside money was paid once. He was agreed to fight. If he had agreed to fight Joe Smith Jr., Eleider Alvarez could have got a step aside deal. He probably wouldn't have took money. I don't know. I don't care. I would have loved Joe Smith versus Adonis Stevenson. It would have been a hot fight. But at the end of the day, it didn't happen. And Eleider Alvarez said, okay, if you step anywhere else, I'm going to take money. He took money to tune up. Now Eleider Alvarez, if he takes money again, hey, y'all better come back here and make all this fuss y'all making now. Because, hey, talking big and bad. But if Badu Jack get that shot, y'all know what it means, right? You got to get on the Eleider Alvarez ass, or you proving that you really ain't about this shit you're talking, and you just mad because Adonis is the name that's coming up.
Okay, fine. But again, I've cited a situation with the similar language with Tyson and Lewis. All right, and you
Oh,
refuse
it's
to
not
acknowledge
the
that now.
similar language. This
Yeah,
man never told Lewis never told Tyson. Lewis never told Tyson that he was stepping aside.
I let you speak.
Never.
I let you speak. I let you speak. Hold up. I let you speak. All right. Now again, after all the things you just said, you have yet shown me what fighter in history has agreed to a step aside deal with no money involved. You haven't yet shown me that.
That's pointless, to be honest with you, to show you that, because Eleider
You just
Alvarez did the fight that he got step aside money for Funfara. The other fight that you're asking about and questioning did not happen, bruh. You have admitted yourself that Adonis has only fought one time since Alvarez has been mandated. You
wait a
said
minute.
this.
Wait, hold on. I didn't say that. First of all,
Well, you don't
hold on,
have to
hold on,
say it.
hold
It's the
on.
truth.
Hold up. You just lied there. I didn't say that. Number one.
Is
Number
it true
two.
or not? Is it true or not?
No, hold up.
Is
Before
it
I
true
answer
or
that
not,
question,
though? Because I
true.
asked you, is it true or not? And you said, yes, that's the last time he fought. You said, yes, he's only fought. I said, when was it mandated? You said October, November, December. I said, you do understand that Adonis Stevenson has not fought any time since that. So how can you pay two step aside dates? I'm telling you, man, I'm
Well,
not
first
trying to
of all,
argue you here.
yeah. First
We
of all,
talking common sense and we wasting time, bro. Like, you ain't a bad person. You ain't. And I'm not either. I'm not trying to cut you off or shine on you. I didn't do any of that shit on here, and I didn't do that to any of them guys that came and told you stories. But what you're doing right now is you're taking everything you might have heard about me. You see,
hold up.
I
You're not
came to your
answering.
platform like a man. I came to your platform like a man.
Wait. Hold up. Before you rant, I asked you this question. You haven't yet to answer. Do you have any proof that Alvarez is lying about the second step aside deal?
I have proof that the fight didn't happen. Why would he
No,
leave?
you're not answering the question.
Dude,
Do you have proof?
I don't
Do you
have any
have proof
proof
that he's
that he
lying
said.
about that?
Do we have proof that he said he took money? Or do we have proof
I,
that he said he agreed? Which one? Money and
answer the
agreement
question.
ain't
Let me
is
remind
money
you
and
before I get
agreement the
off.
same
I'm
word?
about to get off. Okay, I'm gonna say this
Yeah, you
again.
should,
I'll
man.
give
You
you the
really should, because you're
Boy,
making
hold up.
yourself look bad, bro.
Hey,
You're
no,
making yourself
no.
look
Hey,
bad.
keep your head. Calm down. We agreed that you're gonna answer questions directly, and you're still not doing that. Okay, I'm gonna ask you one more time. I'll give you an opportunity. Where's your evidence that Alvarez is lying about a second step
I never
aside deal?
called Alvarez a liar. I never
Yes, you
did.
did.
I said
You just
Alvarez's
said
quotes.
you,
I said
you just said it
Alvarez's
never
quotes.
happened.
Oh,
You just
whoa.
said it didn't
Please let me
happen.
talk. Please let me talk, man. If you interrupt, man, I've been here being a man to man with you, bro. Like, I'm gaining respect based off the thing. You have been calmer, but man, it's just like, man, you could be all the way calm, bro. You asked the question, let me talk. I'm not
I,
the one that misconstrued his quotes and said I agreed to step aside twice. And I came on here and say, man, he told the world he got step aside money twice. I didn't misconstrue his quotes. Y'all did. So therefore, when I look when the fight was mandated, and I say, okay, if Adonis had 2 fights within that time, it would be plausible that he gave him 2 step-aside deals, right? But he only had 1, buddy. So I can't go and say, okay, he gave an unmandated fighter a step-aside agreement sometime before he was mandated. No, it does not make sense. Would that make any sense to you, to give an unmandated fighter a mandate? Yes or no?
It doesn't make sense, but again, you're all over the place. All
No,
right,
I'm not. I'm just
yes,
telling
you are. Hold up.
Okay,
You
you're
just
right.
said that you're not. You just said that you're not saying that Eleider Alvarez is not telling the truth about a second step aside deal. Then you said that it didn't happen. I'm asking you, where is your evidence of that to back up your claim that he's not telling the truth? And you can't even provide that.
In my
Again,
comments.
hold up. Again, you're going with this angle, asking questions with the questions and not answering questions directly. All right. So, anyways, I got to get off, man. It's been fun, bro. It's been fun. I got to get off.
It's been a damn headache, because at the end
Nah,
of the
it ain't,
day,
nah, it ain't no headache.
you know good. You
Hey,
can't take a
hey,
damn step aside agreement for a fight that ain't happened. So like,
so do me a favor. Do me a favor. Show
just
me
make
some evidence where a fighter in history, when I get off here, show me some
show
evidence in
me.
history. Give me some evidence where a fighter in history, name one fighter in history, has agreed to a step aside deal with no money involved.
Did
Do that for me.
Adonis and
No, wait,
Joe
hold up,
Smith sign a contract? Did
hold up.
Adonis and Joe
I'm
Smith?
not tired.
You don't need that
Hey,
evidence.
hey, 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 hey,
I don't have to
hey, hey,
provide that to
hey,
you.
hey,
That's something
hey,
that you need, so
I'm
you're
going to
not
end this.
even
Hey,
needing.
it's my hangout.
No,
I'm
don't
about to
go
end this.
nowhere. Hold on.
No,
Don't
I'm
go
going to go.
nowhere.
I got to
Don't go
go. I got
nowhere.
to go.
Hold on.
I got to work.
Don't
I got
go
to go to work.
nowhere. Don't go nowhere.
I
Hold
got to
on.
go.
Hold
Okay,
on.
I gotta mute you, bro. Hey, man, listen. I haven't mute you, but you gotta respect my platform, just like I respected yours. Okay, I got to go.
Well, let me tell you
I'm
before I
asking.
go. I'm not going to find. Let me tell you before I go.
I
Let
got
me
to
tell
go.
you before I go.
Hold up. No. I got to go. Take care, everybody.